Hey there, welcome back. So, I'm literally hitting play right after I ended that last video. I haven't unpaused it yet. So basically, to recap, things just got real. Humanity is completely wiped out. We didn't go anywhere, and we somehow time traveled. We have only the 64 food here and the 15 food there left. We're consuming 20 per cycle, or meal cycle. And we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 per cycle. Now remember, the meal cycles are once every 5 cycles. We consume 20. I'm making 8. So that's 8 per cycle. So 8 times 5 cycles is 40. I'm making 40 and we're consuming 20. So I'm actually making double of what we're consuming right now. So we're actually okay for food. So that's problem 1, solved. And no, the game doesn't spoon feed you. You got to figure this out. So that's the first thing. Problem 2, I have alloys. For now, I have plenty, but this will eventually run out. But for now, I'm good. I have a green number right here. So my hull integrity, problem 2, is solved. Problem 3, the happiness, the mutinous nature of our people. As long as this is green and you let this grow, problem 3, solved. One of the ways you can do that, increase the happiness, is to make sure that they all have homes, which I did. And you can see that the little negative attribute there went away. Having hull integrity helps as well. So I'm getting +2, 1 from people that have homes and +1 because of hull integrity. That gives me a 2. That 2% is going to make this 64% become 66, 68. It's going to keep growing. So that prevents, because mutiny happens when this thing drops. Okay, that's your problem 3. Problem 4, accidents will happen. Things are going to blow up. You need an infirmary to heal your people. However, those happen when your working conditions, get less than optimal. If you let it drop below optimal, it gets really bad. And the reviewers do complain about it, and they have some legitimacy to their complaints. But the way you avoid it is stay optimal. How do I stay optimal? See that number 173? I just need the number below it to be at least 173 or higher. We have 198 workers. 173 are needed. If I build something like this, see, this uses 9 workers. As soon as I build something like this, let's say I built another probe launcher, right? This 173 is going to have 9 more added to it. So that becomes what? 9 and 3. That'll become 182. So now I'm at 182 out of 198. If I build enough things, I'm going to need more workers than I actually have available, and then this optimal will change to something that's not good. Okay? So that's your next problem. So if you mitigate all of these things, which we have mitigated, you're going to be okay. Don't open the sector. That's the next one. Because that sector will cause this number to go red. You eventually need to, but you don't have to. Or at least not yet. These events are not always good. And sometimes, like, when these pop up, I get, like, anxiety. Like, I truly do. I'm sitting here in anxiety. I don't remember what this is. I know we gotta go get the cryonic pods, but... Yep, there it is. So, people are learning that the Earth is destroyed, and it's called Dead Earth Sickness, so we don't have a permanent -1 to our stability. So now if we go to our happiness, we now have a -1 from the death of Earth. So, I don't know, like, could I have ignored it? Like, would that -1 never have happened? I have no idea what happens when you ignore an event. But I'm just telling you, they're not good. I mean, now we just got slapped with a big penalty. Which makes all the more reason to have the hull integrity up and the crew quarters situation taken care of. Okay. So, what do we do? I mean, obviously, I only have 3 crew members that don't have a home. That's okay. You don't need to worry about that too much. Right now, we're collecting this 119 science points. And then you can see Urshanabi is another event we can go to. And then we're going to send out probes. I have a probe right now. I found iron. And so our mining ship is mining iron. Eventually that iron is going to get collected and brought back to our ship. And at the moment we can't do anything with it. It's just going to stockpile. I can start building more of these to store the iron. But again, I still don't have anything to do with the iron. The science points that we're collecting are going to help us finish, I think, batteries. The steel mill will transform iron into alloy. So there's our ticket. We only have so much alloy left before we run out. So we need to start mining iron and then converting it into alloy. So we got to build a steel mill. So that's one of our next priorities to research. We also need to research a cryonic center because we're going to be finding humans that went into deep freeze before the world ended, and we have to find them and bring them back and unfreeze them. We have memorials, which will permanently provide stability, and this will also provide stability. That will counteract, by the way, that issue there, the death of the Earth. That's a stability issue. So if you build those memorials, that counteracts that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unfreeze. Like I said, I'm making 8 of these, and then this, as you can see, is 50 food is used to serve 500 crew members. We're going to use 20 to serve our current crew members, and it's every 5 cycles. And then this is 1 per cycle. So 8 times 5 cycles is we're going to produce 40, and we're currently using 20. That's the math. You know, it's all the deeper in the math you have to go into to manage your food crisis. So we're okay. Breathe. The other thing that's going to happen is we're going to fill up this power like it's no tomorrow. In order to produce things like more power, I would have to stop working on my hull, which causes the hull bleed to start. The next one, you can see, takes electronics, which we don't have, but we're going to get some. We actually found some right here. You can see there's 9 electronics we're going to collect. So we have to, what do you want to call it? We have to conserve those electronics. We're not going to be able to produce electronics for quite a while. There is a way to do it. When we get our probes finished, we got to go out and find silicon. But then you have to have the research complete for the factory, and then you have to produce the factory. And those are 2 big orders. We're nowhere close. So at the moment, I need another polymer so I can make another probe. And this guy right now, as you can see, he's bringing back alloys, I think, with every trip. See, now he's actually bringing back iron, which is even worse. So we got to fix that. So first of all, we got to build a stockpile. Ew, that's not efficient. You can see that we're leaving 2 spaces for roads. It's not working. We may have to change the way our roads work here. And I think we're going to put our steel mill over here. So let's try to put our iron near the steel mill. And that, by the way, you do want to do. You don't want your iron far away from your steel. So I'm going to put this one to carry iron. And then this one will have carry people. And then, as you saw, our ship is coming back with iron. And you can see there's a whole bunch of iron. Oh, that's the mining ship. I'm sorry. These are all the things that he could be collecting And he's collecting the iron at the moment because they're all rated equal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the priority of everything and make polymers top priority. Oh, another event. So this is telling us we need a new sector. And we can pledge to unlock that sector within 10 cycles. If you don't do that, then the people gain unhappiness. I am not pledging to do it. We don't have the resources to do it, so I'm not taking the quest. If you did succeed doing this, all it does is give them a little bit of happiness, and we already have a plus 2%. Don't rock the boat, folks. If you don't need it, don't do it. And see, and here it's telling us that we retrieved all the science, and we finished researching batteries. So, like, I would love to get the next level, but I don't know what it takes to unlock it. So let's just keep researching. Let's get that steel mill going. We need polymers so we can get more probes out. Alright, and then what I like to do is I like to keep my science ship busy. So we're going to head over to here. This is the only event we have left. We went out and found some iron, which is great. But from here, and that lets our mining ship get busy, right? So he's gaining experience points doing his thing. But what I want to do is I want to find all the other planets. So see these rings? Like I told you, on each of these rings is a planet. That's its orbit. So we know that the planet is somewhere on there. And then the asteroid belt is a destroyed planet. So you can see here, we're the Earth. So what we have, let's see, that's Mercury. Then we should have Venus. Then Earth is supposed to be third, but notice that it's not. So we sort of got knocked out of orbit here. Isn't that crazy? Well, actually, no, this is Mercury. Here's Venus. There's Earth. Yeah, there isn't a third ring in there. But this is like a destroyed planet. This is Mars. And I don't remember what's after Mars, because whatever it is, it got destroyed.
A science ship
it keeps
has
going.
arrived
So let's
at its
see.
destination.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then there's 10. An outer ring. Alright, so we made it here. So the ship is broken in two. And basically got destroyed. And whoever helps Dolos is an enemy of humanity. So, obviously, after we left, we basically destroyed the moon, which destroyed the Earth. And so everybody immediately vilified the company. I don't know if the company earned it or if it was sabotage. That's the part that has me curious. Mummified bodies have been attached to the hull. So we're just going to gather whatever resources we can. We got another probe. So, like I told you, we're going to, like right there, see that ring? That's going to be Mars. So we're going to send our probe. It was right on the ring. I guarantee you that's one of the planets. Should be Mars. If you look at the rings here. This is Earth ring. So that should be Mars right there. And you can go find other resources if you'd like, but we're going to make sure we find the planets, because that's where your science ship can go. You can go to each planet, and you're basically going to look for signs of humanity. Now, how did I know that that was a planet? Well, because this went through the moon. The planets are where all the cryo storage is. We need to find 500 of those. So every planet's going to basically have human life that they tried to escape Earth, they went to these other planets, and then they froze themselves because they realized they can't survive on those planets either. In here, we're bringing back the polymers. And I got 57, 59. I have plenty of polymers. So now I'm going to go back and tell our ship that just grab everything evenly now. And you can see there's a lot of stuff for him to grab.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so we found 42 food on the Urshanabi, which is good, right? So, you can always take more food. As we start unfreezing these people, they're going to consume more food. So the fact that we have food under control now does not mean it's going to be under control later. Our science ship has nothing to do until we unlock these new planets, and that's where this guy... Oh, we have our probe. So let's get our probe going. It'd be nice if we could find one closer. See, like, that's what I meant by see the cryopods. So now let's look on this ring. This is our ring. There's another planet on our ring. Just gonna go check that one out. So there's cryo freezing right here on the same ring as Earth. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to just keep making probes, sending them out, send out probes. And like this probe hasn't even arrived. You can see our cargo ships going out to get these goods. So that's Mars. Like I said, then Mars has 20 frozen people for us to collect. And it has events. Then this is a debris field. And let's get our science ship busy. We're going to go check out this debris field. And we have science. We're working on... oh, we can produce batteries now. So batteries are interesting. They are basically the same size as a house. I don't know the best place to put it, so I'll put it here. Alright, we just unlocked steel mill. And we need to get a cryo center. As far as mandatory research, those are the three. You need the batteries, the steel mill, and the cryo center. And the batteries actually show up as like an event here, but for whatever reason I missed it the last time. I think I'm missing it again. And then the steel mill will show under factory, and it's a big brute. As you can see, doesn't fit very well anywhere. It will fit here if you're willing to put it there, but I'm going to put it right next to our iron place. Like so.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, so our science ship arrived. So it's the Lyson Torchman. Colossal artificial structure. Makes the Tycoon look like an insect. The floating debris make navigation difficult. So, basically, there's a chance that crew members will die doing this mission, is really what it's trying to tell us. But there's some good stuff to be had here. So, we're going to go ahead and... You usually can do all three, so we'll just do the first one. Sometimes the thing will blow up, and then of course the other two options will disappear. I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but that is sometimes what happens. Alright, we got another probe. So if we look, I found something right there. And see, that's Venus, or I'm sorry, Mercury. Very likely going to be Mercury on the inner ring there. And here you can see production happening. Now here's what's crazy. That electronics is sitting there, but they will not move it from there to here. You have to create one of these storage units and make it store electronics. And see, look, we built our battery, and see how this is filling up? And then our batteries are 78% full. And see how we now have more food than we're using? We're filling up with food at the moment. Then this is complaining because we need a stockpile. So I gotta make another one. This is such a waste. You have to make a stockpile to store the very few number of circuits that are out there. Now we do need a spot for a cryo center, and then everything else. I made the mistake last time of building more stuff here. Like I built, like, for example, the electronics factory. Here, I'll show you the electronics factory and the polymer refinery. I built all of those in Sector 1. Those are the perfect kind of things you can build in Sector 2. So we're gonna get it actually the probe launcher ideally can be moved to Sector 2, but you have to temporarily at least put it in Sector 1 for now. But yeah, this cryonic center you definitely need, and we'll put it in Sector 1 as well. And remember, we're running out of workers. This is going to consume 30 workers, and look at that. I don't have 30 workers. And there we go. We got our first set of humans. It might be nice to...
science ship team has
whoa, what's going on here? I'm out of alloys. Ay, ay, ay. We need him to prioritize the alloys. And there's our cryonic center. Doesn't quite fit, doesn't quite fit. You can see the road can be lowered a little bit, or a lot. Ah, I screwed that up. Come on, dude, go fix it. There we go. That caused our hull integrity to drop. See, look, we're down in the 700s now. They had to bring back alloys. I was trying to get the steel mill going,
Resources available
but we
to
don't
mine.
have enough people to run the steel mill yet. All right. So hopefully this little tweak will help. This is just enough room for another one of these. As you can see, this needs 3 electronics, which I think there are enough of. So I should probably prioritize the electronics as well. And then what I'm thinking of doing, so I need to get this finished so we can start unfreezing the people. This, of course, is on the verge of being finished, but we don't have 30 people to work there, so I got to power him off. And I'm going to pause that construction and tell them to put the electronics in here. This is going to take 15 people, and if you look at our conditions, we don't have 15 people, so I just have to shut off things. And I can easily do that. Like, I can shut this off. That saves up 5. That will save up 5 more once we get this finished. And that should get us our 10 people that we need. Alright, and then if I come back out here, I think this is ready. So there we go. We found 25 more people and 10 science. And then we just keep going. So we're gonna we got a new area unlocked. It's a ruined assembly area. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. And let's get another probe launch. Alright, so what do we got here? Lots of great resources you can see popping up. There's an inner ring here. Right there. Yep, Mercury and Mars. Now, Mercury is interesting. There's no event there to research. It's just go collect some science, which we're more than happy to do, of course. And we should probably go spend a probe to get more iron going, because you can see our mining ship is done. And you don't want your ships to stay idle. You know, you want the cargo ship. We actually need 2 cargo ships right now. There's so many things to go collect that I have to keep telling them to prioritize certain things. But everything else, the science ship, 1 science ship is more than enough to keep up. But yeah, we should keep the mining ship busy. And I'm going to go ahead and hit resume, and you can see that we got enough electronics now for everything. And so they're going to deliver 1 more electronic there. So even though I got it powered off, we'll at least get the steel mill finished. And then in order for this guy to operate at 15 people, we're going to maybe power this one off. Yeah, so we got a probe that just completed. Venus. There we go. We found Venus. And it just keeps going. So right now, let's try to find a whole bunch of iron. Oh, look at that. That's a bunch of ice. There's a nice bit of iron there. Let's do that one. And it's very close for our cargo ship. Alright, so we're at +3, but it's because our efficiency went up a little bit because our hull value dropped. That's all. It's a little math game going on, but we can get caught back up. Once we get back in the 800s, this +3 will drop back to +1. Alright, so we're part of the way there. We finished our cryo center. We always keep researching, if you can. Like I said, all the upgrades are still locked. I don't know how to unlock those yet.
Completed its scan.
And like even ourself, like you can upgrade. Oh, that's why you start the game with these, because they can be upgraded. I just realized that. Like you can upgrade your hull and stuff like that. I don't know why I didn't realize that before. So like even your tech lab, you can eventually unlock an upgrade. These, I just never have found the ability to make space for them yet. But let's get our refineries going. These are all very important. Probe completed a scan. There we go. So you can see our little mining ship is coming out. He's got ice and 2 deposits of iron. Perfect. And we got another probe. No rest for the weary. So let's keep going. So out here, obviously that's another nice one. But if you come along the asteroids, yeah, we noticed that there was some really nice ice. Then if you keep going, there should be a cryopod right there. The rings are your friend, because they represent there's a planet. And you can, thematically, it's gravity, right? You know, you're sensing gravity, because like, look here, see these little rings really close? The sun is like the ultimate mass. It's gravity is a function of mass. The sun is the heaviest thing in the universe. So just think of this as marbles rolling around one of those you know, those things you see at stores where you can, you know, put a coin in and then the coin rolls around the edge until it falls down the middle. And then this is the first accident. Here you can see
an accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
And now we have to we're going to pledge to repair it.
A science ship team has completed.
So you have to click on repairs, and now your workers are going to spend time repairing this thing. Then we're pledging that it'll stay active for 2 cycles. These things are annoying because workers die and everything. And here you can see it's telling you there's an accident. But anyways, back to this. You drop those coins in and they roll around and around. They seem to go on infinitely, but they're just getting closer and closer, and then eventually they fall through the bottom. Well, that's the way space and gravity works. The sun causing the most mass, which is why you see the little well. And you can actually detect planets in the solar system by looking for these dips in gravity. I think that is actually how they discovered Mercury or Venus, one of these two. Like in real life, that's how scientists discovered it, because they knew that the way gravity was working, that there was a mass there. They were able to detect that there was a mass there. They just didn't know what it was, and they had never seen it in a telescope or with the visual eye. But they knew something was there. And so do we. And I know the game doesn't give you any of that, but that's the basic knowledge. So just to extrapolate this, there's this ring, 1, 2, 3. See these 4 rings? We're going to find stuff on all these rings. And again, it doesn't ever tell you. And this here, look at that. A damaged building puts -20 towards your hull. So even when you got your hull at a plus green, you're just getting hammered like this. Alright, our science ship retrieved all the science. So we got 13 and 250 people. I'm going to go ahead and keep investigating. We got another probe. So let's go outside of the ring. A lot of ice. Right there. Alright, so this is our natural asteroid belt. That's not an actual planet that was destroyed.
Administrator, we are picking up a Dolos emergency frequency broadcasting from the facility Outer Hope. Dolos protocol dictates that in the event of a major systems failure, administrators must contact the nearest Dolos site immediately. Outer Hope Station is likely to have both the materials and expertise required to repair the damage that the Vol engine has sustained.
Oh, look at that. I got one more worker than... Oh, that's not helping me. I gotta shut something else off. Let's shut off... I guess we'll have to shut off one... Oh no, we'll shut off our other iron. There we go. Remember, keep your things optimal, or otherwise more stuff blows up. Here, our food is full, and we're filing up. Because remember, I'm making more food than we're using, but trust me, it'll eventually dry up. Okay, so, you can see 17 crew members are lacking quarters. It's growing. Why is it growing? We're throwing people out. We're doing it. It does one every 0.3 cycles, we get a new person. And then you can see some of them are non-workers. So I don't know what that means, like they're children or whatever. But we currently have 197 available to work. And that number will grow. Like it just grew right where we were looking at it. So it now jumped up to 198. So that means I could actually turn this back on if I wanted. And boom, now we're at 198 out of 198, and we stayed optimal. So just a few seconds ago, I had to shut this off. So right now our limiting thing is our workers.
A science ship team has completed a task.
And yeah, we got a lot to do here. So we, our science ship, I think is here. So we got another electronic, another 10. And we're just going to keep going. Let's milk this baby for everything we can. Now, we just got a mission to find New Hope. It's broadcasting. So we're going to launch our probe and see this little exclamation. That's what we're looking for. And last time I played, he was over here somewhere. Right there. See that? So it's not just exclamation, but there's also cryo frozen bodies. So that's probably where New Hope is. Very likely. That's where it was last time. Now, how did I know it was there? I didn't. I had to literally scan the whole galaxy. But what you're looking for is the meter to jump up over here. And this meter doesn't jump up at all unless you're near your objective. Because I can show you the next time we get a probe, this thing won't budge. Not even a slightest bit. Okay, so while that's happening, sometimes events pop up here and you miss them. And then, of course, the notification is actually very helpful. Like, that took me to here. I should pay more attention to them. And we could speed it up a little bit. Our science thing is busy. Like I said, we can't make our own alloys yet because we don't have enough people. But now that this is going, it'd be nice to have like 4 of these. It makes this go faster, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm willing to just wait. And yeah, you always have to worry about housing. So let's get another housing going. Just look for spots like this where you could squeeze them in and it doesn't seem to be too harmful. And then like this, what I want to do is maybe come up that way. And if I build more batteries, it makes this charge more. So if I ever lost power, I basically can keep the sector in operation for 0.6 cycles. It's not very long. Alright, and then the idea here is free up some more space. I need another one. I don't know exactly where a good spot is to put it. Ugh. I guess? Alright. So we got another probe. Oh, there it is. Outer Hope. So we got to send our science ship up there. It probably behooves us to do that sooner rather than later. And in the meantime, you can see our mining ship is still busy. We gave him a nice busy group of things. And then our cargo ship is busy bringing back people. Now, I did not tell him to make those top priority, but he grabbed the two things that I did say. So he's choosing between people and iron, and at this point we need people more than we need iron, so I'm okay with that. We got another probe. So let's just keep going. We found this ring. And let's go along this one. It's growing, it's growing. It's like a giant middle finger growing at you. Alright, and then this one was Jupiter. And that one's probably Saturn. Alright, so as you can see, the number's growing. We're thawing people out, we're getting more and more workers. So we're up to 202. And we have 23 non-workers as well. The other thing about opening this sector, remember I told you opening the sector makes this number go red? It gets even worse. To open this sector, it costs 40 workers. So can you imagine this sector with 40 less workers? That means you have to take 40 away from that 203. So that means I'd have to shut more stuff down. So you see, it's like a compounding problem. Opening that sector early is like the game really... Whoever designed this and put that little mission in there, they were real jerks. That's all I have to say. And you could see it coming out in the reviews. Like, that's why the people were complaining in the reviews. It's like, yeah, you're opening a sector earlier than you should.
A science ship team has completed a task.
All right, let's go see what happened. Excellent. We got a whole bunch of more stuff. And now we basically did everything we could here. So I'm going to just stick here until we collect all the science. Oh, let's launch another probe. Let's go to this ring now. There's some... Oh, look at that. That's some nice hydrogen right there. Go around and around, and just like predicted, the middle finger grows. Oh, look at that iron. Holy cow. I almost want to do it just for the iron. Right there. I'm going to speed it up until all that science is collected. Perfect. And then we're going to take our science ship. It's probably not ideal to be flying across this But Outer Hope is an objective. Let's go get that done. Make sure everything's going on okay at the home front. We're up to 206, so we're at 8 available. I need 30 to be able to turn this on, and I do want to turn this on. So I don't want to be opening up Sector 2 until I have all this running. And like I said, look, we're doing great. We have food stockpiling. That's what you want. And as long as that's green, and as long, look at that, we got this, trust is up to 100%. Perfect, perfect. The happiness does change per sector, as you can see. That's yet another reason not to make a Sector 2. Housing is always a problem. And there you go. We just researched Polymer Factory. But like I said, do that in Sector 2. So we get to research more stuff. This is going to unlock at New Hope as soon as we get there. So there's a part of me that maybe wants to wait until we get there, and then we can just use our science points to unlock this. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to wait, and we will launch another probe. So let's see, we were on this level, so let's do this level out here. I think it was growing the other way. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I think it was detecting the one we had already found. Come on. There's a nice hydrogen. Here we go. It's growing. It's growing. Right there. Alright, I'm going to speed it up. You can see our science ship is working its way out. A new probe finished. There's Uranus. I am childish. I will laugh at that all the time. I know, like, some of the intellectuals who have a piece of wood up their anus, you know, they'll go, Uranus. That's not how it's pronounced. It's Uranus. That's exactly how they pronounce it, you punk. You can try to redefine history all you want. Uranus. Alright, here we go. Ooh, that went negative for a brief second. Alright, I'm going to slow it down. Let's get another probe. Let's see about this outer asteroid. Now, see, this could be growing because we're close to that. So that could be like a false positive. Well, maybe we don't have anything on this outer belt. Yeah. And then the other thing that's weird is, you see, you got all these other weird lines. So I think once you go outside the outer belt, there's really not much of anything out here. Well, like, that's growing, but it's only growing because we're near that. Alright, so then from here, you really are getting random now, because there's like all kinds of random stuff out here. Like, for example, we found another one on the Earth line. Yeah, let's get some more iron going. That'll keep our mining bot busy forever.
A science ship has
Here we go.
arrived at its destination.
Alright, so we're going to search the Outer Hope. There was a major battle that happened here as well. Because, you know, when the Earth is going to be destroyed, why not fight? We're at 746, so we're still hovering in the 700s. I would say that I'm happy with that. You know, obviously you want to get this in the 800s as much as you can. Now, the quest did say that there was going to be something here that will help us to deal with our hull damage. I don't think that was true. I mean, maybe I missed it last time. And here you can see we got more workers coming out. We're still nowhere near the 30 we need.
An accident has occurred in the
See,
typhoon.
accidents happen. But as long as no one dies, that's what's important. 3 crew members were injured, and they do show up here. So right now we have 5 injuries. And by the way, they are part of the non-workers. So 5 of those 32 are the non-workers. And once they recover, they become available as workers. And then, of course,
The probe has completed its scan.
the accidents sometimes cause this to go negative. Alright, another probe finished. Here's Neptune. Yeah, so we got most of the planets. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, actually Pluto's the only one missing, and technically that's not a planet anymore. Alright, so we found all of our planets. We can keep launching probes, but at some point... So really what I want to do now is, like, for example, there's that water. Like, that's a really good source of water. So let's go for it. It's also close to us. This is going to fill up eventually.
The probe has completed its scan.
Alright, probe completed scan. Look at that beautiful water. Alright, so then what I like to do is, like, let's go after every resource. We went after water. We know that there was a nice hydrogen one here. I know it says medium. I don't know if there's anywhere you can find large. Like, you know, you can look anywhere else. I don't know of anywhere where it jumps higher than that medium that you see there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one. So we get some hydrogen we can go get. And that's my pattern. I'm just going to make sure we get every resource we can.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so now we got...
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
So, Dolus crew protocols. The Abyssus team traced the emergency broadcast, and after clearing away several tons of debris, uncovered the mainframe. We were able to get the black box. It could be analyzed at our lab. So we have the Legacy of Dolos, Outer Hope black box, and 25 more people. Now what do we want to do? Well, we can dismantle Outer Hope, but let's search the battlefield first. And then if we come back to here, you can see this event. And so they're basically asking us to research it. So I'm going to go click on the research, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's analyze that black box. Alright, so we are at 218, so we have exactly 20 people. Now, what I could do is start shutting off some food, since our food supplies really are doing well. And each food has 8 people on it, so let's just shut off 2 of them. Turn that on. We stayed at optimal. And then now what you're going to see is they're going to take this iron, load it into here, and it'll start making alloys. And it'll just do this forever as long as we have iron. which is a good thing. But we do need more people still, because I want to be able to turn everything back on. But let's get that process going. It'll burn through 44 no problem, because it does 15 at a time. But being right next to it was amazing, because it was like quick, 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 quick. If you looked at the save game I did in the game before, my iron was over here next to the dock, and then my steel mill was still over on this side, and it was like, wait. You know, for them to go back and forth. But you're still going to have to wait a little bit, because now when this thing produces 15 alloys, it's going to be... They have to go all the way over here. But anyways, I think you could still make it more efficient. Maybe put the steel mill over here. Then the people are going to just stay in the dock, because we're full up. But it's okay, the dock has room for 300 things. Look at that, the cargo ship's going to level up soon. Now, when it levels up, it actually can carry more stuff. Like right now it holds 30 units of whatever. If it levels up to tier 2, it actually will hold more than 30. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Here you can see I need... Oh, look at that. I'm up to 10. So the people are starting to definitely wake up. So I can get that food going again. And we're still optimal. So you just gotta slowly turn the things on. And... what was I also gonna do? We need 40 people to unlock the next sector. So you have to be willing to give up 40. And I'm not willing to do that until I at least turn on the things I have here.
A probe has completed its scan.
Oh, I totally forgot about the probes. So there you go. We got some nice hydrogen going. So the next probe, let's look for some carbon. There's another nice hydrogen. There's decent carbon. Is that the best carbon we can find? There's some nice ice. There's some silicon. I don't know of a great way to... Oh my gosh. I was going to say, there's more hydrogen there than what we found before. I don't know of a better way of finding these. That's looking pretty high in the carbon. There we go. Carbon. It's even better when they're not far away.
Ship team has completed a task. A probe has completed its scan.
So we just gained 40 more research points there. Now we're going to dismantle it, which should get us some more resources. Our probe finished. Let's get another probe out there. This time let's look for silicon. Oh look, there's another good carbon. There's a good silicon. We got more resources out here than we know what to do with right now. Our cargo ship and mining... Look, our mining ship isn't even done here and has so many other places to go. Our cargo ship keeps bringing back people, which is fine. We do need to bring back 500. But as you can see, we don't need any more. So what I could do is tell them, hey, you know, get the other stuff more. So, like, we could, for example, prioritize the iron. He doesn't need to grab 107 more people. We have 126 right now. So let's go have him go get the iron. As you can see, we have 2 sets of iron here. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. Go up to 760. Got another cargo ship coming back. He was probably grabbing... Yeah, look at that. There's 82 more people there. So we'll have our cargo ship switch and grab some of this iron up here. That's our mining ship. I guess he's going out for iron.
A probe has completed its scan.
You can see we got some more iron, some more silicon. Like, how many more of these do we want to launch? I don't know. We are sort of hitting our... Like, there's some really nice iron there. Once we unlock Sector 2, we will be spending a lot of alloys. So don't ever think you have too much, because you don't. There's some nice silicon there. We'll do that one. Speed her up. Trust is good. Hull integrity's maintaining.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, we dismantled it. We got some more
has completed its scan.
basic resources. Now we're going to go ahead and collect the science. Like, at this stage, you might have ideas of, like, what I should be doing next, and you might be right. Like, I'm not saying I have this figured out. I'm playing this... Like, I've done everything that we've done so far. Like, I've made it this far. I've even unlocked Sector 2. But when I unlocked Sector 2, a lot of bad things started happening for me. I survived it, but it's still, like, you start running out of food, you start... You know, because unthawing all these people, they all need to eat. So, it does become a bit of a problem. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of silicon. I'm finding silicon like mad now. I don't know. Like, I keep sending the probe because I just don't want to lose that I found it, because this is sort of annoying. There's some carbon. Let's go ahead and... This is like way more. That mining ship is never going to keep up. Alright, so we got all the science out of there, so let's get our scientists. I would say the closest one is Venus, so let's go ahead and come back there. Obviously our cargo ship is heading out here. I think it's because I have polymers. I have this listed as top, which is fine. Go get the alloys. We don't have to make alloys if you can go get them. This is not a lot of spare alloys for sure, and just making this alone is going to spend 80 of them. It's the 40 workers that's the big deal. Alright, so we got 5 extra workers, 6. We're almost to the point where we can get him unlocked.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Alright, so we researched the black box. Earth was ravaged by the Lunaclism, and the ensuing chaos, states radicalized, and the UN declared Dolos an enemy of humanity. A Dolos facility hidden in the atmosphere of Jupiter, designated Hephaestus, a new type of Vol engine. It also accommodated the construction of a Taurus-class superstructure as the Protagoras. Last survivors of Earth could establish a new home. Volley jump coordinates, including the ship's last presumed location. Okay, so what I think, yeah, that unlocked our ability to go to Jupiter.
A probe has completed its scan.
So there you go, we got a bunch of carbon. One thing I don't know, so let's say you bring back resources here. I needed to build one of these to be able to unload this. What if I built one of these in Sector 2? Like, would Sector 2 be able to unload from that dock? I don't think the answer is yes. I think you have to have, like, one of these storage stations before you can move it over to the other sector. It does let you exchange resources between sectors, but I think you have to have storage stations. And then, yeah, this guy is busy, and you could tell it you want workers and non-workers to go into Sector 1, and then you can even say, I don't want the population to go above, you know, whatever. So we could tell it to start to send all new workers to Sector 2, once we realize that Sector 1 has what it needs.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, let's see what... below the surface of Venus. Mining infrastructure and a large assembly line. Many embalmed bodies were found in the area. Fabricate solar sails. Okay, so for 10 alloy, we could restart the assembly line. I would swear to you that last time I did this, it blew up. And I think there's like an RNG factor. Like, you could try to restart the assembly line and a bad event could happen to you that was just bad luck on your part. Or we could just simply dismantle it. Let's try to restart it again and see if it was bad luck or what it was. So, you know, we're going to Venus, and the cargo ship's got it. He's got it. Yeah, baby, he's got it. Alright. I have not quit my day job yet. Okay. And like I said, I could speed this up. And I know some of you are probably desperately wishing I would. But I just... when I speed the game up, I miss things. Especially these events. Alright, we got all of our food facilities back up. Those aren't a huge issue. Like you can see, we're over-surging in food. But, then right there, 57 crew members need a home. So I am basically constantly having to make more space for crew quarters. But there happens to be a lot of space here and here. Where's a good... I don't know. Where should I build the crew quarters? Everywhere I go, I'm taking up what could be built for something else. I could probably do... get 2 of them going there. Third one there. That'll house 45 of them. And I have 61 that are homeless. So it's not even going to be enough. I need 5 to get that going again. Yeah, I gotta get iron. Alright, let's speed her up. Oh, you know what? I don't think we set our next research. Let's go ahead
An
and...
accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
And accidents always suck. Alright, so our harbor is not working, or a dock. And it shows you how many cycles it's going to take before it comes back. We need our cargo ship to arrive. We're down to only 11.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so we did repair it this time. They're fully automated, been able to use them to prepare a number of resources for extraction. A number of inscriptions written by Olixes. And expresses regret over the fate of the station's residents. Used the line to repair elements of his ship so that he could reach the headquarters of the Black Market Society. Okay, this is important, because there was a facility that needed me to have the Olixes unlocked, and I did not have it. So, remember last time this blew up on me, and I never got this far. I also know where Black Market Society, it tells you, it's at Neptune, yeah. So we got some more research here, so I'm going to go ahead and wait until we collect the research. We'll speed it up. Done. And I know Neptune's far away, but I sort of want to do that. Let's go to Mercury and just collect the science. And if we come in here, you can see we have 10 extra people. We need to get to 40. And we have 32 homeless, but like I said, we want to eventually expel 40 of them. But yeah, you just keep building more and more homes. It'd be nice if we could figure out how to upgrade our... So, where's the home crew quarters? Like, if we could get additional beds going, that would save us some space. And there it is. We just unlocked Electric Factory. And in doing so... See, we have to now research these last two things, and that'll unlock the outer area. And eventually, you know, obviously we get to this edge, which makes it seem like the tech tree is not very large. But it is large, because look at all these unlocks for the things we already know. Alright, let's go ahead and do Alternative Life Center. And here you can see our effect. I want to just show this to you. Look at the electronics. Like, that's the electronics factory, how big it is. Like, there's nowhere I could even put it. I actually, last time I played, it existed here. And basically, that's where it was. So take away all those food makers. And then I also had the polymer refinery, which is not quite as large as it, you know, if you rearrange that road, it fits. Speeding it up. We got our cargo ship coming back with some nice iron so we can keep this thing going. Because basically, the alloys are our biggest issue. We have plenty of people, as you can see. And then this thing is annoying me again. There we go. Alright, we picked up our stuff. I think on our way out to Neptune, we might as well... Let's just try to stop at everything along the way. Be a little bit efficient about this. We'll speed her up. You can watch it from here and see how much iron and alloys you have.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
So we found a Dolos base, used our clearance codes. We're just speeding it by. Our cargo ship's grabbing all that iron. 287 more to go.
A science ship team has completed a task.
See, we could have lost people. Alright, so now we're in. We can inspect the science center. Full sweep of the facility. Yeah, we'll do that one first. We're at 238 out of the 500 cryopods, so there's going to be a lot of people that we're going to be getting here. And remember, even though that's 287, it's 15 to 1. So it takes 15 iron. Oh, no, actually, 15 iron makes 15 alloys, so it's 1 to 1. You just have to process them at 15 at a time.
A science ship team has completed a task.
There we go, we found some alloy, some more people, and 50 science. Oh, that's all we get to do there. We should have done a thorough... Alright, so we're going to just wait and collect the science. Our cargo ship, of course, is coming here for the alloys. Hull integrity, 769. Alright, science ship. Let's head on out to Saturn. Speed it up. Always making sure we have enough alloys. We just researched the tech. So we're going to get memorials going. Everything's looking good. Oh, look at this. We are almost 30 people surplus. Remember, we need 40. We have 61 homeless. So we're getting there. Once we get to 40, I'm going to have to slow it down, because Sector 2 is going to require a lot of work.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, so we made it to the Black Market Society, which is where that guy was going. Food is still at 200. We still got 81 of these dudes, so plenty of them. Sitting at 150 alloys. Oh, one more. So he's coming all the way out here for that. Hopefully he'll take the people too.
A science ship team has completed a task.
I'm going to go deeper into the station. Just running. How are we doing? So we're at 32 people. 238 to 270. We're going to get to 278. And of course the unemployment's up, but once we move those 40 people over, it won't be bad. And we can start it. You have to spend all this to override the locks. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that started. So you can see, we have to put all the resources, all the people, and the biggest thing is the alloy.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
So one of our insect farms got hurt. Thankfully it's not an explosion, so it didn't. Now this is actually going to cause the red number, the green number to go red, right? Because we're going to go to -16, because we're going to have 2 open sectors. There's nothing I can do about it. Eventually the, what's the word? The efficiency is going to go up as the hull damage increases. So the more hull damage you have, the better the efficiency. So it'll eventually balance out where even with the additional -8, it's just that we won't be hovering in the 760 range. We'll be like at the 600 something range instead. But like I said, eventually you gotta go and get that Sector 2 going. I mean, I guess you could arguably never do it.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Yeah, so Sector 2 is now open. And it's a buttload of stuff. Let's see where the new request is. We got 2 of them. Trust bonus plus 10%. 66 units of food stored in Sector 1. That's no problem. We have tons of food. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it real quick. There you can see we got our -5. Nothing I can do about it. Eventually that efficiency will grow, so that plus 26 will become a plus 31, and then that -5 will become a plus 0, right? That's the only thing that really changes. We do have homeless people, because I moved 40 people over, but we're still sitting at 243. So I think the biggest issue is we have 84 non-workers. So what we're going to do is we're going to do population management, and we're going to remove 84 non-workers from Sector 1 to Sector 2. So that way I don't have to house them. And we can house them in Sector 2, which has a lot more space. So I'm going to go ahead and move those over. And that migration takes a while. So we're going to let that occur. Then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to set up some... so for example, let's start with alloys. I want Sector 1 to always have a minimum of 60 alloys. Right? Actually, I only need it to have a minimum of 30. But if it has anything more than that...
The science ship team has completed a task.
Boy, it went into ultra fast mode. If it has anything more than that, it's going to export to all the other sectors. And then food. Let's keep a minimum of 100, but let's export anything else to all the other sectors. Right? And then if I go to Sector 2, you know, it needs alloys. So we're going to make it active. And how much do we want in the sector before it starts exporting? We want it to have 100. And then as far as food, we need it to have a minimum of, let's say 40. I don't think I have to activate these on the Sector 2 side. But actually I do. I have to turn these on to at least show that...
Population transfer complete.
Alright, so this is the bad part. We got our population over here, and... yeah. I need to pause. Alright, so we need to get our workshop built. We could do the same thing as before, like just hug the corner. As you can see, they're coming in actually from the top. So we don't want to hug the corner. We'd be blocking what's So let's do... No, that actually works perfect. And then we can get our roads going, right? So this is just like before. We're going to have these temporary roads that are hogging everything up. And I'm just building all the roads that I need to connect to everything. Okay, so while that guy's busy doing that, we gotta let him get to work. We could get a battery going, which is always helpful. It's gonna start using up power, so I have to be mindful there. And then, as you can see, if I get rid of this, I need to get food and the homeless. We got to take care of all that here. So what we're going to do is, jumping over to the food, the mess hall is free, so let's get that built. And I think this is as good as any. We'll put it right there. And as you may know, you need to have... Actually, I should have moved it over a little bit more. So that was a little bit inefficient on my part. And then we need one for alloys, and we need another one for food. And at the moment, I don't know where to put the food one. I want to put it right there. So let's get this and this cleaned up. So we need those out of the way. There we go. Alright, let's get a road. Go a little bit further over. And down. And then let's... They're not letting me destroy the road yet. This might take a while because we're waiting for this guy to... Alright, and then we need... Why is it not letting me produce anything else? Alright, so if we have that there, I need the road to be one more over. One more over. Then we can get this right there. There we go. And yes, now it has food. Now, where's the food coming from? You might be wondering. Well, it's coming from... We told this guy to transfer the resources over and to transfer the alloys over. So that's what they're going to do. So, Sector 1 will transfer food over if it has more than 100. And Sector 2 is asking for food and alloys. So you should start seeing them come over. And then we can just start clicking on stuff. And let the guys get busy. And... you can see we can now build everything. So let's get our population. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that's a lot, but we have 124 homeless people, And it is going to cause our happiness in Sector 2 to go down. So you can see -3 from homelessness, -3 from having more of the population starving. But we have a +10 because we opened a new sector, so basically they're not punishing you yet. But when that +10 wears off, then we're in trouble. So yes, these resources should be moving over, and that's the part I don't fully understand. I mean, maybe if I... Okay, let's say I shut that off. Will they now move over? You know what? I think I have to turn this on, and then I said I was gonna... We wanted them to have 40, I thought, for Sector 2. Yeah, see that 40 there? And see, look, now it's gonna transfer. See the little arrow? You have to put a number in. So here I want 100. And then this will transfer over if I have more than 30. That's how it's going to work. But we shouldn't need too many because we got a lot here we can grab. And yeah, we're going to put our people to work. Alright, what else we got? From a stability perspective, we can create an alternative life center. But again, it takes up power, it takes up people. It's just so expensive. And we have 124 members lacking quarters. And a lot of this was because he was laying roads, but he should be able to get to work now. I don't know what he's working on. Our yellow construction dude should be... There he is. He's building this one up. We do have to get road to there. Alright, so we got the food we wanted. So we'll always transfer food from over here to over here. Oh, holy cow. 5 crew members died? That's not good. If you ever go over 15, then they start dying. But I don't think that's what happened. It could have been because something happened over here. And then, I was so busy ignoring things. Alright, so we could try to restart... Let's read this. Several storage areas have been identified and blocked by ice. We could try to break through the ice or restart the heating systems. Thaw out the complex. Through the transparency of the ice, a preserved corpse can be seen. So do we try to restart the station's heating systems or just break through the ice? I do know that this blew up on me as well. I did not have a good playthrough. And a giant fungus is spread throughout the complex. And then Giovanni Battista is one of the council members. We'll go ahead and break through the ice. Right here, 5 crew members were injured. And then 5 crew members died. I wonder if that was the same... Maybe my thing was full and I didn't have room for them. I don't know. I need to pay more attention to stuff like that. Alright. And then over here, under population, for example, we get an infirmary going. Just not quite enough, but if I ever delete the roads, I'll have enough. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete these roads right here. And I don't need that road anymore. Or that one. And eventually, as they get everything out, we'll be able to delete our roads and build this proper. And we want to get our factories up and get some storage in place so we can grab like silicon and carbon and those other things. And here you can see we're making plenty of alloys. It's still -2. But the efficiency, as you'll notice, went up. But not enough for that 29 to change yet. And yeah, it's a bear. Also, we're running out of power. So at some point, we need to build more power. So right there, I have to build another solar panel. And that's going to cause our hull to drop. So we're going to build 2 more solar panels. This is brutal. But we got to do it. And you're going to see this is going to drop like a rock. We're going to get our polymers here so we can get our solar panel going. But then it'll produce, and then this number will jump, which we need it, because otherwise Sector 2 won't have enough power. And we do, yeah, that's just telling us we need an infirmary.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Just dropping like a rock. Alright, science team finished something. So we got an Olix, preserve course. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and go here. Hull integrity dropping. We're going to do this again. Alright, for a while it's going to be +4, because see the efficiency is 73%. So like all is not lost, right?
Arrived at its destination.
All is not lost. You just have to, I don't know, you're living on the edge though. Okay, so here we are. We're at this Theaki station. And this right here was not allowed. Because that Olix that we just found, I used the heat and it blew up the station and I never found the body. So this was locked to me, so I'm doing it first. Because I want to see what that sucker is. That is something that can get locked depending on what you choose to do. Then as soon as this fills up, the construction will start, and then boom. Integrity is going to drop again. And we're going to get a mission telling us that we got to restore the integrity, and our trust is going to drop too. Because this sucker is going to cause the integrity to drop way down, but we need the power. Nothing I can do. Got to build these 2 modules. Halfway done. Down to 534. Then after this we can use the stored up stuff and get her done. So yeah, 76%. 497, 496, and then boom. Now it's at +8. So we'll get it back up. We just have to hope nothing blows up in the meantime. Alright, I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
Team has completed a task.
Alright, so some of what's happening is, you can see we have 275 workers out of 238. So what I need to do is I'm going to tell them I want all the workers to go to Sector 2 now. So as this guy produces more workers, I want them to go to Sector 2. Because right now we have homeless workers in Sector 1. And then of course, there's just a lot going on all of a sudden. Alright, let's come over here. What do we get? Large quantities of resources. Collapsible frames upgrade. Unlocked for the stockpile small. Excellent! We just got an upgrade. Access granted. Look, that wasn't even an achievement. Alright. And that's it for the Aki Station. Okay, so I want to come back here. I know we're finishing this, but it's saying that our...
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
Oh, you jerk. That's the one thing I said we didn't need. Okay, this accident's not bad. 5 crew members were injured, and we should have room for them, right? Yes. Alright, so we just finished the technology. I'm going to pause real quick. Too much is going on.
New upgrades are available
Stockpile,
for research.
right here. See, look, we unlocked integrated storage bays, which is higher than vertical parking. Oh, you know what? I think it's just a bug. Anyways, that's 30 research, so we're going to go ahead and do this. They can store 10% more research, so they'll be able to store 110. I think that's good. I'm assuming, like, oh, look at that. We have an upgrade to our EKP engine, too. I didn't even realize that. We actually unlocked other things without me realizing it. Oh, look at that, the workshop. They now automatically repair buildings. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Science ships move faster. Unique interactions. Oh my gosh. I don't remember unlocking any of this stuff. This is crazy. Look at that, repair efficiency increased by 5%. Oh my gosh. We just looked at this not too long ago, and none of this was unlocked. Maybe this was when we did the New Hope and we did the black box. Maybe that's what this unlocked for us. Wow, I totally missed this. Yeah, I need everything. I want all of it, please. The battery's better. Look, the steel mill's better. And look, we got all this stuff on the outside we need too. I mean, it never ends. But like right there, food production. Houses up to 40 members instead of 15. All of this is good. Every single one. Nothing there. Okay, I'm super excited now. All right, okay, so we finished unlocking those things. You can see we're at 263 out of 500. We're nowhere close to being ready to jump or finishing this this thing, but we did unlock some great stuff. And now let's head down here and get these ones out of the way. You can see our mining ship is still busy, almost ready to level up. Our cargo ship, right there he is. You can see he's coming all the way out here. I must have I think I have that one as a priority. One of these is priority for him. Which one is it? The electronics. So he's coming out for that. In the meantime, we actually need iron to keep this going, but you can see he's been doing a good job of producing alloys. We got our 100 here. We have an accident here, which I need an infirmary for. So let's get we're just gonna do that for now, and then get our infirmary in here. You can see we got all kinds of memorials that we can build. And it's just one. So it provides +1 stability in each sector. So we can counteract that, you know, death of the earth thing. If we need to. And because of this accident, that's the reason why he's not building the road. But we don't want these people dying, so you can see we have 32 workers available. We need 19 at the moment. And then this is them getting resources. And then when resources are transferred, like this, you see he's transferring resources to the other sector. So they're taking resources from here and moving them over. And I don't know what that symbol was. Maybe that was a symbol that things were being transferred. Yeah, so we're getting the storage bays up. Out of all the upgrades, this is probably not the best one to focus on, but I didn't understand. We unlocked all this stuff. Oh my gosh. I apologize so much. Oh, I gotta pause. Sorry for the burp there. I actually thought I was on pause. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.